we want to, you want to cut the lights and get some popcorn and stuff? Good.
I would like to welcome everyone to the first edition of Exposing the Truth. This is episode number 1, and our feature presentation tonight is Checking Out the Books. And the new series is a collection of library books. Now, let's start out with a question. Who picks the library books? Good question. Well, parents, stop worrying. The staff picks them out. Oh, and they get help from the professional library, media, and literacy organizations. But most of all, they use their own professional judgment. You see, parents, no worries. Now, let's go have some fun and check out a book.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Tonight we're going to check out some books in our school libraries. And we're going to start off with Crisfield Academy High School. And the name of the book that I would like to choose is Mondays Not Coming. There it is. We've got it. It's actually in the Crisfield High School library. Now let's go back and see if it's at Washington High. We're going to select Washington Academy High School. And here we go. We're going to do the same book, Mondays Not Coming. And there you go. It's at Washington High School as well.
Well, after you check out a book, you always want to hear a few excerpts. So let's listen to an excerpt from Mondays Not Coming. Warning, material of an adult nature. This literature is not intended for minors unless you attend Crisfield Academy High School or Washington Academy High School. Viewer discretion is advised.
I came home early from babysitting and see her coming out of some car in these tight-ass little shorts, talking fast, telling me she's about to leave me. I grab her by the neck and start punching her. She wanted to be all big and bad, trying to face me like a grown-ass woman. She gonna get beat like a grown woman. She started screaming, cursing at me, and carrying on. I threw her in the closet for a couple of days. She kept on screaming, begging to be let out, begging for water. Every time she made too much noise, I'd walk in and kick her.
I tiptoed toward the door, peering through the window at the boy, his pants around his ankles, squeezed between April's straddled legs as she lay on top of the teacher's desk. I gripped his arms and flipped him around, pushing him against the wall. His eyes widened, mouth dropping. "Hey, what are you doing?" he chuckled nervously. I took a deep breath before dropping on my shaky knees, the ground cold.
Me and Monday, we did something. We did do something. He took a deep breath. She stopped my death. I really didn't want it to happen. It just kind of did. Her top lip curled up. Wait a minute, is that what's really going on? She did your homework and you ate her coochie? Is that why you're crying? Because Monday's not around to do your homework no more.
Dancing, lost in the music, until some boy pushed me up behind me, holding my hips, and I froze. Looking to Megan for help, she nodded and mouthed, "It's okay, it's cool. This is what girls do at parties," I told myself, and kept dancing with the boy. I couldn't see, the alcohol making my waist wind faster. If this is inappropriate for me to read to you, this is inappropriate for our children, okay? We are here because we care. We care about our children. Please get these dirty books out of our schools. Thank you.
Ready? All right, so you guys already heard a lot of the ladies from my group. They talked about fucking, they talked about dick sucking, they talked about coochie licking. By show of hands, does anyone up here want to talk about that stuff now? Not a single hand, because it's very uncomfortable and we're in a room full of adults. Nobody outside, nobody inside wants to talk about it because they're not acceptable topics. How did we get?
You've been exposed.
Well, so much for the reviews from professional library, media, and literacy organizations. And is there really any difference between uncensored, hardcore porn letters and Monday's Not Coming? Where did the staff's professional judgment go? What happened to the superintendent, the board attorney, and the staff working so hard to get this right? Let's listen in and hear it for yourself.
Under our level of 8 unfinished business, number 1, file 500-04. I emailed you a copy today with some additions, and I've been thinking about this since it's been on the agenda. And what I'd like to ask before the board to table this, honestly, I'm not happy where the policy is still. I'd like to work with Fulton staff and examine some other policies and get this thing right. So
This makes me very angry. So what does the highest court in these United States of America say about the issue of banning library books? Well, on March 2nd, 1982, the Supreme Court heard the case. It was the Board of Education, Island Trees Union Free School District number 26 versus Pico. The decision, the court held that the board should not be able to remove library books simply because it does not agree with the ideas contained within them. But at the same time, the court created an exception for the removal of library books. Books that are pervasively vulgar or books that are educationally unsuitable can be removed. So, what can I do with these dirty books? Well, I have an idea. The public can fight to get these dirty books banned. Yes, parents, grandparents, and citizens have a say. We might not have professional judgment like the staff, but we sure know what pervasively vulgar is when we hear it, and we know what educationally unsuitable is when we see it. We know the Board of Education has agreed to cut us out, but we're going to take, and Monday's Not Coming will be the first book of many challenged for being pervasively vulgar and educationally unsuitable. We as a community need to come together for the sake of our children.
On the next episode of Exposing the Truth, we'll select another book
2-minute
and
warning.
we'll highlight the book and see how it stands up to some light. So, hope to see you again on episode 2 of Exposing the Truth.
Now, Jesus always gets the last word, and this is a stern warning. Matthew 18:5-6.
Whoever receives one such child in my name receives me. But whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him to have a great millstone fastened around his neck and to be drowned in the depth of the sea.
Stay quite aware of what they're going through. Changes, the face of strange. Changes, to put it to
Get these dirty books out, people. There ain't no sense into it. Who's responsible? The board. Not Dr. Gaddis, not the board attorney, it's the board. It's time to take a stand. Oh, and by the way, Miss Margot, that 500-4 was tabled January the 16th, 2021, not November of 1999. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. Thank you.